Hi guys, welcome to my series of videos looking at Sky Q, Sky's new and latest product. The first step, or the first part of this video, is going to be taking a look at the new Sky Q Hub. This is used to replace your existing Sky Hub, be it the white version or the most recent black version. I'll show you that in just a few moments. This will be the first piece of equipment you will receive from Sky prior to your installation, and it is an integral part if you're a Sky Broadband customer to your overall home network setup. So what I'm going to do is take a look at the Sky Q Hub and see another series of videos, because there's so much with it being such a new platform with Sky Q. Rather than cram it all into one video, I'm going to take it step by step. So starting off, when you do receive your package, it will generally come in a generic brown box with some Sky branding on it. I do have the box, just don't want to show it because it does have my name and address on it, and there's not really much else to look at, to be honest with you. When you open the box, you'll be presented with this Sky Q white box, which has an open top. So straight away you'll see your new Sky Hub in front of you. So it does come in two sections, so what I'll do is just put this to the side, bring this down here, and most likely we'll see my reflection because this is a very shiny box, but there's also this kind of plastic coating on it. So we'll start off by taking the plastic covering off. This just to protect the box anyway, like so. And normally you will receive this little attachment on the actually wrapped around the box, just a general setup guide, if that will focus. So yeah, just your standard setup guide if you've never had broadband before. Yeah, plug in your Sky Master micro filter into your Master phone socket. So the reason I'm calling it the Sky Master micro filter is I've got two different types of filters now, which just differentiates your main filter and any sort of secondary filters may be required. Yeah, fit your grey DSL cable between your Sky Master filter and your Sky Hub. Connect to the mains using the black power cable. Now you're ready, and at the bottom here is your wireless information. That's the reason I took it out of the box, just to protect more information there. The box itself, I must say, I do like it. It's a better form factor. It kind of sits better, I think, than the last Hub variation. Although I do like the smiley face that was on the old Hub. So yeah, so there's a little look at the equipment. Nice Sky branding. Matte black, so it's actually not going to be as fingerprint heavy. I've seen that, you just see some fingerprints there. But yeah, the last model was actually gloss black. The more reflective actually would have come from the plastic cover over it. I've just got to do this because this is my favourite thing about new tech. Peel off the cover, and you've got a nice black Sky logo there. Lots of ventilation, which is excellent because I like to see any equipment have lots of, electronics, if you know them, they do tend to heat up quite a bit, and as previous equipment, not necessarily Sky but other companies as well, things do tend to overheat, so at least they've acknowledged that. Can you see the circuitry just underneath there as well? So just walking around the actual box, we've got a power, so now these will be lit up. You can kind of see the light indicators there. So power, internet and wireless. Pretty straightforward. If there's power to the box, you'll get a light indicator here. If the internet's connected, so this is your internet light, which is replacing the smiley face, which I'm a bit sad to say because, as I said previously, it's a good indicator if you're trying to talk somebody through troubleshooting. Is the smiley face on or off? So that could pose problems going forward, but if you're tech savvy, you'll know exactly what the light's for. And is there a wireless connection established as well? One of the newest additions, of course, the last variation of the box, is your WPS button, which is a button which allows you to connect you to your Sky Q boxes and any other equipment which has compatible WPS functionality. Looking around the box itself though, see some more, it's not really venting, it's just more kind of design echoing the venting on top. Covering your back, this is probably one of the biggest changes to the exterior of the box itself. Now everything's colour coordinated with Sky's equipment, so what they'll do is make sure that you put the power cable in the right slot and the broadband, and that's really it in terms of your general setup. Make sure you've got power to it, which is the blue connection to your blue power cable, which is also colour coordinated, and you've got a purple telephone key connection, which goes to your microfilter, which will also go into the purple slot there. So it isn't really rocket science, but if you're not really clued up in setting up broadband, it is pretty straightforward. And some of you may be noticing already that there's only 2 Ethernet slots, whereas previous variations have actually had 4. This is mainly down to the fact that you're going to be able to do, going forward, it's not available in release, but Powerline technology. So it will mean that this will actually work as a Powerline hub. If you don't know what that means, it means that you can actually run a network connection through your actual sockets in your home. So really negating the need to have so many Ethernet slots. And as you all know, very rarely people tend to have 4 devices next to their hub that would require an Ethernet connection. They're kind of going with the whole wireless connectivity with this. I'm not going to really show you the bottom because it's just really the sticker that shows you the wireless connection again. So not really anything that's going to be too concerning. So we'll just try and prop this up at the back here without falling down. And what else you get in the box? Pretty straightforward with any other broadband setup. There's your telephone cable as described. So you've got your 2 purple ends coming from both your filter, as you like to bring it here. This is what they're classing as your master microfilter. So this is the one they want you to have in your master socket, as per the name. So yeah, connect that into there, connect the other end into the purple slot, and you're good to go. If you are one of those very few people now that actually still has a telephone, you just plug your phone into this section of the microfilter. And if you've already got a broadband service, then you're pretty much unplugging your existing setup, be it with Sky or another provider, and just putting this. I would recommend using this filter because it does come with the box, and there's no harm in having a new filter anyway. But yeah, just take out your old connections, plug in the new Sky ones, much the same as before, and you're good to go. And we have the Sky branded power supply. Nothing spectacular, just it's really handy if you're switching equipment off. At least you know that this is the plug socket. This is the plug in the socket for your Sky equipment. And that's really all you see in the box there. So it gives you a kind of straightforward diagram. There's your filter into your master socket, into your hub, power supply into power. And it's that simple. Just one more step, lift me up. They do actually have an extra one. And I like this. This is really, it's a lot more less intrusive than previous filters. Now I've only got one telephone socket in the house that I use, so this wouldn't really help me going forward. But it does mean if you have got another telephone socket in the home, you can, because you're going to only need the one hub, this is just for your telephone to plug into. Other filters you typically would see would actually have both connections for the hub and the phone. But there really is no need because you're only going to have one hub set up in your home. So this is just really a phone filter for you if you have a telephone, another telephone socket in the house. But of course, other standard ADSL filters, as far as I'm aware of, will actually still work. So if you have got more than one telephone socket in the home, you can use other filters. I may correct that if that is incorrect, put a annotation somewhere. But as far as I'm concerned, recording this video, you can still use standard ADSL filters. They just look a lot better, and you do get an extra one supplied, which is something they don't actually have to do, but it's really nice that they do. Opening this up, it does actually say on this little section of here, your setup guide is below. But as I say, this is mainly to cater for people that maybe don't actually have a standard setup. So what you saw in the box is pretty much, I would say what 90% of people's homes are set up like, but people do like to tinker and have different things plugged in different places. So nice little colour booklet. Oh, say colour, and the first page is black and white. Yeah, nice little colour guide giving you information to look at different types of master sockets, how to unplug your equipment. There's the same picture as before, plugging in your equipment from there. And yeah, it's just telling you how to connect your equipment to your wireless as well. Now the great thing is, when you do get your SkyQ box installed, the engineer will actually come in and set everything up for you in terms of connecting your SkyQ standard or silver box to the wireless, the broadband. You are still required to actually connect the hub up yourself, but as I say, it's pretty straightforward. But if you do have this all set up in time for the engineer arriving, then it'll make things go a lot smoother for you. But certainly the form factor, I do like the look of the box. I'm going to give you a little bit of a comparison actually, just while we're at it, in fact we'll get rid of some of this stuff. We know what that looks like, so let's move it all over here. And here we have my current Sky Hub. I did actually like the redesign. The whole tower idea was quite good, and I say I really did like the interlight indicator. Kept everything quite straightforward in the front. They just really seem to have simplified it down. In terms of size, I'll get this out of the way as well. My room. In terms of size factor, it's gone back to the more traditional router style hub as you'd have it. It's slightly bigger. It's not as chunky as the old Sky Hub, but yeah, it's a slightly more sleeker form factor. Something that's more likely going to hide away in the corner of your house and not be as seen. Whereas this one seemed to have been quite hard to locate. I was quite lucky that I've got a desk right next to where my master socket is, so it's quite handy. Just looking at the back, there's no point in this, I'm not going to be using this anyway, so you can look at my details. But yeah, you can see what I mean about the 4 connection slots and the old grey connection. So the colour coordination was still available in here, but they never quite had the purple on the older box. But that's all I'm really going to say, guys, on the SkyQ Hub itself in terms of the overall unboxing of it. Just going to run through a couple of specs. I know some people are actually interested in the specifications of the Q Hub. So the main thing you're looking at is you have one DSL port, which is your purple connection port in the back of your SkyQ Hub. You have 2 times RJ45 ports, which are Ethernet connection ports, and your mains power supply. Now, it does support and automatically detects ADSL 2+ and is backwards compatible with ADSL, so your standard broadband service there. It supports and automatically detects VDSL2 and will be backwards compatible with VDSL to support Sky Fiber. So much like this box, it will support both ADSL and fiber, which is excellent because I'm a fiber customer. The next information we're looking at here, I'm reading this off, I must admit. It actually works in dual band on 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz concurrently. So that will mean if you've got equipment that's only compatible with 2.4 GHz, that's all going to work perfectly fine. But of course, it's one of the newest additions to this box is the 5 GHz compatibility with the wireless. It does actually support AV 1.1 power line connections. Now, currently only compatible with other Sky devices, and it's not available at launch, but that is something, of course, they're looking to introduce. And it's IPv6 supported as well. Your security is much standard as on other equipment. It supports both WPA and WPA2 with WPA, PSK and AES and TKIP security. That's a bit of a mouthful there, eh? And also supports WPA2 / AES. Power consumption on network standard mode, which uses less than 12 watts of power within 20 minutes of no use. So when it is in this kind of a cool down mode where nobody's using the box, it does conserve power, which is all something we like to hear. It certainly saves us extra money when you've got to leave it. These devices really need to be left on all the time, and especially if you're doing it with your concurrent SkyQ box as well, then you're going to find that that's both equipment. If you're downloading during the night, this really needs to be connected overnight. So it's good to see that they are going into a low power mode when it's not in full use. Dimensions, if you are interested, is 211mm by 141mm by 34mm. So I'm guessing that's your 34mm there. And the weight is only 0.4 kilograms. And that's it, guys. That's all the specifications here. Anything more comes out about the Sky Hub, SkyQ Hub, I will certainly give you more details on that. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. I will be doing a full look at the SkyQ product once I have got it installed in my property, and doing further videos in terms of the overall look at the box and the SkyQ mini box as well, and also look at the overall interface. So I'll catch you guys later.